Good evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to this week's live episode. We are here to talk about all things cruising. Of course, we have our cruise mascot with us tonight, who absolutely wants nothing to do with cruising, but we'll still call him our channel mascot, our sleepy dog, Miko.
Yes.
Who insists on being a big baby tonight.
Yes.
He's like, you will hold me, carry me, and love me while we are talking.
So we have Cruising Chris M here. Hello. High Seas Cruising fam. Happy Wednesday. Chica's here. Ola family. Making a margarita so I can be ready for the live. Cheers. Glistens is here. Hello, everyone. Attila's here. Hey, y'all. Josh is here. Welcome. He's got a question. What is the place you've most wanted to visit on a vacation?
Ooh, do you have an answer for that?
I would have to say like Ireland or Scotland or somewhere with a lot of history.
That's what I was going to say too. I was going to say the British Isles. Especially a cruise around the British Isles would be the place I would want to go to the most. For exactly that, the history, the beauty, the adventure of it all. I think that would be probably my top of the list bucket cruise right there.
Listen says they want to go to Japan. Connie's here. Ahoy, mateys. Linda is here. Hello, hello.
Welcome.
Victoria is here. Hello from California. Attila off screen again for a while. Got pulled into cooking a bit.
Yes, I am. And there go our neighbors being noisy.
We have the windows open. We had our first cool front down here, and we've had the house open all day. It has been great.
Yes. Now, we do live out in the country, so that kind of noise is not unsurprising out here. We're not in the city or anything like that, so you may hear some of that type of noises. But yeah, it's finally not hot today. We woke up and it was cool. It was actually slightly chilly. Hopefully this is the heat is broken for the year here in Texas. And so it's been a beautiful day for us today.
Yes. JB's here. Long as I'm on the sea, nothing better or more relaxing. I like that answer.
Very true.
Everybody just saying hi to everybody.
Good. We'll let everybody hop in, give a chance for everybody to say hello. How has everybody's week been? Any new exciting cruise stories out there that you guys have heard? I mean, we are 11 days away from MSC Seascape. So we are just about this close to being down into, single digits. Like we're right there, not quite, but just right there.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
Yes. Me too. Everybody keeps asking, where are you going? And all I can tell them is I'm getting on a cruise ship.
Exactly.
I don't know where we're going.
Well, think about it. We have one more live after this one, and then we'll be cruising.
Yes.
So really good.
Listens as asking, is it true that Carnival Paradise is leaving next? I don't want it to leave.
Leaving where? I mean, it may move around or anything like that, but if you're talking about leaving the fleet, nothing official from Carnival's come out saying that ship is leaving the fleet. Nothing at all.
Retiring.
Not that we've heard. Nothing that's been put out officially by Carnival. Like, there's always a rumor this ship's going away, this, and that. At this point in time, no. Nothing. Carnival has not come out and said this ship is being sold, retired, scrapped, or anything like that. So it's pure speculation.
Victoria says 11 more days for us too, leaving out of Galveston on Carnival Legend.
Awesome.
Cruising Chris says, I really like the choice program that RC Group is coming out with in 2026.
Yep, was going to talk about that tonight. That actually is really good. So what that is it's Royal Caribbean Group already has a loyalty match program amongst their own brands. So Royal Caribbean, Celebrity Cruise Lines, and Silver Seas. They status match across the board. Well, now you're going to have the option as to what you want your points to do for you that you earn on the cruise. So in theory, let's say, right now we're Emerald on Royal Caribbean. We go over and we sail on Celebrity. We can actually take those points from Celebrity and apply them to our Royal Caribbean loyalty instead of Celebrities, or vice versa. If you're, is a way of saying, hey, we're going to go check out Celebrity. We're going to try it. We're going to see if we like it, but we don't want to take away from our Royal Caribbean status. We want to keep that growing. You can do that.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. So not only would they status match us if we sailed on Celebrity, we could then use those points to continue to grow our Royal Caribbean towards Diamond and Diamond Plus. So nice little feature that Royal Caribbean is throwing out there amongst their own cruise lines as they're making improvements to their own loyalty program.
Cruising Chris says, yes, Silver Seas.
Yeah, I thought it was Silver Seas, but never fails when I'm about to say it, I hiccup and forget. Everybody just still saying hello?
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so that's one of the big things that definitely came out this week. Of course, we know we have Hurricane Melissa. Hurricane Melissa has been tearing up Jamaica, tore through Jamaica, Category 5 hurricane, and has moved off and is now heading towards Cuba. So, of course, all thoughts and prayers are out there with the people in Jamaica. That island got tore up. They got some power issues, flooding, everything else going on that you would expect with a Category 5 hurricane. Airports just messed up out there. Naturally, cruises have been diverted away from that for passenger, ship, and crew safety. But yeah, really thinking about the people in Jamaica who just had to go through that and live through that and be a part of it.
Rick is here. Good evening, folks. Molly's joining us. Hello, y'all.
Welcome, Molly.
And everybody's saying hi.
Awesome. But yeah, so yeah, we're definitely thinking about the folks out there in Jamaica. And it's actually kind of funny. It's not funny. It's really sad. And I guess this is an entitlement problem. I was going through videos today, and there was a video of a young lady. They were vacationing in Jamaica. So this not on a cruise ship, doing a land-based resort vacation in Jamaica. They got caught in the Category 5 storm at, I believe it was the Sandals Resort. So one of the all-inclusive adult resorts. And naturally, they're stuck in the resort. Now, they're in the middle of a Cat 5 hurricane. Right? Power's down. People are worried about their homes, their families, and everything else. Yet, these resort people are still there. Still trying to work, still trying to take care of these guests the best they can. And no power means no kitchen, no gas, no stoves, things like that. And they're still feeding these people stuck in this resort. But this woman took the time to film a video and basically try to disgrace, discredit, and put down these people for the food they were being served. And it wasn't terrible. They had some salads, some charcuterie board type stuff, meat, cheese, bread. One of the meals they had bacon, eggs, hash browns. And basically, they were putting out this video about, well, the food sucks. Look how they treat us, this and that. And I got to wonder, in the middle of a Cat 5 hurricane, that's what your concern is? You have the time to film a video about what you think of the food you're being served in the middle of a Cat 5 hurricane. So when we see some bad cruisers and bad stories about cruisers, it's not just cruising.
Yeah.
No. It's not just cruising at all.
Cruising Chris says 51 days until my ABC cruise on Carnival Horizon. And Molly says, hope they are safe in Jamaica.
Yes, absolutely. We're definitely thinking about our folks in Jamaica.
ABC cruise. That just sounds like fun.
Yeah, we've been to Jamaica a couple of times and always had a really good experience in Jamaica. It's always been fun. We've had some great excursions there. We've done horseback riding and things like that in Jamaica, and it's always been a really great trip. And of course, that's where you get Jamaican meat pies and Jamaican coffee, which is filtered through a dirty sock. I don't know if it's a dirty sock.
Sheikah said those are awful people.
But proper Jamaican coffee apparently is filtered through a sock. So, interesting little tidbit.
Yes. Cruising Chris says some people aren't happy unless they are putting someone else down, unfortunately.
Yeah. But what the funny part of it is, she made the video like she was looking for sympathy. Like people are going to be like, oh, we feel bad for you. We feel sorry for you. Sorry you have to go through this. And that is not the response she received at all. I mean, the internet and the comments turned on her like a vicious pack of dogs and basically tore her up for what is wrong with you?
Mhm.
I think people are slowly but surely getting tired of that entitlement, me, look at what happened to me, I'm the victim attitude. And they're not getting the sympathy that they were hoping for.
Molly says some people are so spoiled. Why can't you try and video the help that they need?
Yeah, I mean, why not spend the time if you're going to make the videos and stuff like that? Exactly. Talking about, look what's going on here. Look what's happening here. How can we help? Can we bring, the truth to the story and not necessarily look at something negative? Because at the end of the day, the fact that these people left their homes and even came to work at all to make you a charcuterie plate because that's what they had, and you're pissed off at them.
Yeah.
You're lucky they came to work.
Cruising Chris says, I love the meat patties from Jamaica. Had some great ones in Falmouth.
Yes. Yeah, that little stand that's about right in the middle of the Falmouth port. It's right across from Tiffany's coffee one. And it's just a little booth right there, a little stand. But yes, those ones are absolutely excellent. I've eaten many from there.
Chris stands at the meat patty wagon. I stand at the coffee wagon.
Yep. Then we meet in the middle and snack and drink.
Yep.
And then go back and get more.
Yep.
But yeah, I love the ones in Falmouth.
Okay. I have tried to recreate those.
Yeah, Tiffany has tried to recreate them multiple times. She is so close. And I really think that the one thing she is absolutely missing from hers is that it's not in Jamaica. I think that's the flaw. Because they taste really good. They're delicious. I like them, but I'm not in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I think being in Jamaica is that special ingredient that you can't replicate.
Nellie's here. Hi, all. I came in and it buffered.
Yeah. Something YouTube seems to be doing a little bit recently. We've noticed that in the last couple of weeks. There's been some YouTube buffering. I don't know.
James is joining us. Hello, Chris and Tiffany and all high seas cruisers.
Welcome,
Cruising
James.
Chris says, you know exactly what I am talking about, Chris. Right on, brother.
Oh, I know where that stand is.
Yep.
I know exactly where it is. I make a beeline for it every time.
The kids even like it. They ate a bunch of them with you.
Mm-hmm. They looked at them funny at first until they took their first bite.
I don't care for them, but they're too spicy for me.
Shh, you shouldn't tell people things like that.
I don't like spicy.
They'll make you ride in a rowboat behind the ship. Okay? Can't tell people that.
Cruising Chris says maybe Tiff needs to work on her accent.
That's it.
Yeah.
Next time, make them with a Jamaican accent and serve them with the Jamaican accent.
Yep.
And they'll taste better. That's a valid point. You should try that.
There you go.
I meant now. You should go now. Cook me up some.
We don't have the stuff to make it.
We got the
We have the Scotch bonnet
peppers. Yes.
I couldn't find. So with the patties, you have to use Scotch bonnet peppers. Habaneros do not work.
No, it's got to be Scotch bonnet.
Got to be Scotch bonnet. So the last time we were in Jamaica, they had a Scotch bonnet paste in a jar. So I got that because you can't get Scotch bonnets in South Texas.
They're very hard to get in the United States, period.
You can get them up north.
Right. But you cannot get them
down here. So, yeah, so we still have that. And it's been in there since the last time we were in Jamaica. It's been a couple years, so I'm sure it's pretty ripe.
It might be. But if you don't use the Scotch bonnet peppers, it will not be correct. You cannot substitute. It changes the flavor profile.
Molly says, my bucket list has Jamaica on it. I just wish this would not have happened to Jamaica. I hear that the people there are really nice. They are very nice. Very, very nice.
Yep. Met awesome people in Jamaica.
Carl is here. Welcome, Carl. New viewer here. How's it going?
Well, welcome to the channel, Carl. We appreciate you being here tonight. Everything is going good. We're currently just talking about whatever you floats everybody's boat about cruising.
Yep.
No pun intended.
Molly says, have y'all ate jerk chicken? Yes.
Yes. I like it. Tiffany does not care for it. She's just not a spicy food girl at all. Me, I love it though. Peas and rice too.
Yeah.
Oh, do loves the peas and rice. Jerk chicken, Jamaican meat pies. It's all good. And a red stripe beer.
Sheikah says that Nelly, you are your highness. Someone stole your crown.
Uh-oh.
Nelly says the algorithm brought me to your Liberty of the Seas vlog I watched. Was Liberty still on light COVID crowds? I watched it. Also, Chris, you were dancing, so you need to do that on Seascape.
Okay. The dancing part is questionable at best. When we did Liberty, yes. The way I can tell you for sure is I'm pretty sure that's the one where I was wearing the Royal Caribbean mask in parts of the video. And then, yes, that was still on COVID and definitely lighter crowds when we did Liberty.
Sheikah says Scotch bonnet chilies are super hot. Even this girl won't eat them. Nope, me neither.
See, I don't think, at least in the meat pies, I don't think they're that bad.
You don't use that much in there.
But they do make the flavor of the meat pie. Without it, it's not right.
Cruising Chris says, love jerk chicken. There's a little jerk chicken stand in a small town close to mine. Yummy. Carol's here. Welcome, Carol. Hello from Ohio.
Welcome, Carol.
Carl says, I'm going on the Carnival Panorama November 8th. Can't wait.
Exciting.
Yes.
You are going out the day before us.
Yes.
Different cruise port, of course, but still going out the day before us. We won't be going out till the 9th.
Cruising Chris, sup Nelly, how you doing? Molly says, how long have y'all been cruising?
I started cruising in 2006, and Tiffany and I met after that. And Tiffany went on her first cruise with me in 2016. So together we've been cruising since 2016. I've got about 10 years on her ahead of that.
Nelly says you were on tender and came in with mask on Cozumel, had no one there.
Yeah, that was definitely during COVID.
Yeah.
That's during the great days of limited passengers on board the ship when the ships were half empty. Those were good times. The COVID stuff sucked.
Yes.
But the half empty ships was really nice. If you go back, and a lot of people don't have an issue, but when we sailed on the Disney Wonder, pretty sure it was the Disney Wonder during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
That ship was so empty there. I remember they said there was something like 300 and some odd passengers on board. I mean, it was a ridiculously low number that ship sailed with.
Yeah.
Holds like 2,500, ended up sailing with like 400, 300 and some odd passengers. That ship was empty. We had that ship to ourselves every day.
Yeah. Had a lot of fun on that one. Cruising Chris says, hi, Carol from Ohio. I'm a neighbor in Indiana. James says, hey, Chris, how many days for your cruise?
How many days till my cruise, or how long is the cruise? 11 days to the cruise, 7-night cruise. So I just answer both.
Molly says, we've only been doing this 3 years. You got hooked.
Yep. It only takes one.
Nelly is asking if I cruised before Chris. I've been on this channel with y'all forever and don't even know. Nope. My first cruise was in 2016. We had talked about it and talked about it and talked about it for many years. And we finally said, that's it. Just book it. We're done talking. We're going to do it now.
Yeah. And no shocking surprise, her very first cruise was a Disney cruise.
Yes, it was. Well, we gave the kids a choice. And we told them we can either go to Disney World or go on a Disney cruise. Which do you prefer? And they chose the cruise. So that's how we started cruising.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Tiffany got hooked.
Yes. Nelly says, not going to lie, 300 passengers would be beautiful.
It absolutely was. I mean, no wait for anything, ever. I mean, nothing. It was great. I mean, having people on the ship is great, but if you got the opportunity to experience what they could be like with fewer passengers, and then you've been on one where it's shoulder to shoulder, sometimes you're fighting for an elevator. There's something to be said for fewer passengers on a ship.
Yep. Sheikah says, and you were hooked on cruising. Yes, I was. James says, dang it, Chris, wish I could be on it with you all, but been really busy, family issues.
Oh, we got it. We know you just moved and the stuff going on in your personal life. Believe me, there will be plenty more opportunities. Plenty more opportunities to go again.
Nellie says, never mind. Haley saw what I wrote and said she just said that. Molly says, I know Tiffany was happy that the kids chose Disney. It was going to be a Disney trip either way. I was just really shocked that they chose a cruise instead of the parks, but I was glad they chose what they did.
Yeah, it was a really good opportunity because Tiffany had not had an opportunity. Being a huge Disney fan that she was, way before she took her first Disney cruise, her first trip to Disney World, she was already a huge Disney fan. But the opportunity to go and interact at the actual parks or cruises hadn't come up yet. So, yeah, she got to go on her first Disney cruise. Super excited. She didn't really care. She just wanted Disney. So we did Disney. She stepped on the ship. She cried for like a half an hour. It was a thing.
It was a big thing.
It was a big thing.
So.
But now she's been on 4 Disney cruises. She's got Disney World for the second time coming up. Because now that she's been one time, she doesn't let me stop taking her. Yep. So it's now a thing. So it's a good thing I like Tiffany because I'm not as big a fan of Disney as she is, but I'm a big fan of Tiffany. So
James says, "Yep, see, Nellie is still getting into trouble." Molly says, "How old were the kids then, and do they still cruise with y'all?" Dylan was. See, Cody was in the 18-20 club. So she was.
Dylan was like.
She was
12, 13.
Cody was 19 or 20, and there's 7 years. So he was
13.
12 or 13.
12 or 13.
Yeah. So because Cody got excited because she got invited to the 18-20 club on the cruise ship.
And they've been with us on Carnival. And then Dylan was with us on the Carnival Breeze, the big cruise. Cody's grown up, and she says she wants to go on some more. We'll see if she does in the future. Yeah. So, but they've been on with us a couple of times.
Yeah. Nelly.
It's also a lot of fun just to ditch all the kids and go. So. Not gonna lie.
Nelly, James always and Haley is now back from Germany, and I have an earful. Cruising Chris says, my wife told me that I never worked to go on a cruise and would never do a cruise. Her and the reverse psychology. Been going on about 4 to 7 cruises a year since then. Yes. Yeah,
once you're hooked, you're hooked. Cruising, I've come to find, is you either love it and you won't stop, or you're like, it's not for me and you'll never go again. Or you're the ones that get yourself banned and you don't ever get to go again, whether you liked it or not. But yeah, it's a general rule. You love it and you keep going, or you hate it and you never go again.
Tilla says, I saw Carnival during COVID. We were like 50%. They didn't say the real number, but it was amazing. No lines in buffet. You can sit anywhere you want in shows, etc. So neat. We did a lot of cruises right after the restart. And
yes,
because it was so cheap trying to get people back on board. And a lot of the excursions that we did, we'd be like 1 or 2 people. A lot of them wound up just being Chris and I.
Yeah, I mean, we did like 7 or 8 cruises right after the restart of cruising, purely for the price. I mean, they were dirt cheap. So we were just booking one behind the other. Took real good. I mean, I don't ever want the pandemic to come back or anything like that. But yeah, we took advantage of that particular pricing structure and limited number of people at that time. It was a big deal. You had to have the shots, and there was a lot of people that didn't want to get the shots and the masks and all of the protocols that went with it. And we weighed the options and said we're gonna cruise, so we're gonna do whatever's necessary. And looking back, it was a good choice.
Yeah. Molly says we leave everyone behind. We do, but I do like to take the kids with us every couple years. It's the only time I can get a really great family picture. One of my favorite family pictures is on a cruise ship. And I thought the photographer was dumb as all get out when he told us how to pose. But it turned out it was my favorite picture, and it's up in the living room now.
Because that's the only time you're going to get all of us to dress up in one
Yes.
spot is on the
Yes.
ship, because we want to eat dinner.
Yes. And I always make them do formal night because that's when I get my family picture.
See, that's a Disney thing.
No, that one wasn't on Disney.
The piano one?
Yeah, that wasn't on Disney. That was on Carnival.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. I think it was Disney, but okay. But yeah, that's the only time she's going to ever get us to dress up is on a cruise ship.
Yes. Shika says, I would be in trouble if I lived in Florida.
Me too.
Chris would be on a ship. I would be at Disney.
Tiffany's always said, she goes, I can learn to, do vlogs from Disney every day. I'm okay with that.
I can teach myself. Nellie says, Shika, me too. Victoria said, good times. We enjoyed. James says, I'm with you, Shika. Shika says, we did do a few cruises after COVID. Molly said, smart move. She liked the picture idea.
I mean, it truly, it works. It works. You got everybody together. You can put nice clothes on them. They can't run away. They can't be like, oh, yeah, I'll be there. They can only go so far and then they're swimming.
Yeah.
So, and they got to come back to the cabin at some point. So Tiffany just basically corralled everybody and said, this is what you will do. And we didn't have a choice.
Yep. Cruising Chris says, tell me about it, Shika and Nellie, if I lived near any cruise port for that fact.
Mm-hmm.
Attila says, I took a photo of my wife in the MDR and I looked at it and realized we were practically alone on our section. It looked like an empty restaurant. So strange.
Yeah, we had that on a couple of them where we're just in the MDR all by ourselves looking around. It was great. Service was spectacular.
Yeah, we went to the MDR a lot during that because we knew we were going to get seated by ourselves.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because they wanted everybody to socially distance. So you knew you were going to sit by yourself. You knew you were going to get quick service because the ship was empty. Fast forward to today. Yeah, not the same.
Mm. James says, I'm with you, Chris M. Good thing I live in northern Indiana now.
Yeah. There's a part of me that would love to live in Florida. Just get kind of central between Canaveral, Lauderdale, Miami, down through that area. If I was, right there, I would be in trouble because there's so many good cruises coming out of there. You can get some decent prices in Florida as long as you skip the Utopias and Icons and, hooey of the sea out there.
Thank you, Cruising Chris. Tiff's Cruising Fund or Coffee Fund.
Oh, remember, it's the Jealous Coffee Fund.
The Jealous Coffee Fund. Yes.
For Tiffany's Jealous Coffee Fund.
Molly says, we try to get a table for two. It's hard to get one. Yes, it is.
The only secret we've ever found to that, and I don't know if it's really a secret, is we normally pick My Time Dining. And a lot of the times you have the option, depending on what cruise line in the app, to select what kind of table you want. But we've only ever seen that in the My Time Dining. That's an option. Other than that, kind of hit up the maitre d' at the very, very beginning. Go, hey, can you hook me up with a table for two?
Yeah.
And if it's possible, they will.
And it's not that we don't want to sit with other cruisers. It's Chris can't hear the conversation and he feels like the other cruisers thinks he's being rude. And he's not. He just can't hear it.
No, because I'll be sitting at a table with a bunch of people and everybody will be talking and I can't hear half of what's being said. And so I'm just kind of shaking my head and then they're staring at me like they're waiting for an answer. And I have no idea what they said. Then I'm going to whip out a camera and I'm going to start filming and take pictures of food and stuff for the channel. Yeah, so sitting by ourselves is usually best.
Let's see. Shika says, I am in California, so we don't have too many choices. Rick said we were on Independence of the Seas on restart, 30% capacity. That was a wild cruise with no crowds.
Mhm.
Yes. Molly says, okay, I will try. James says, Chris, you two still looking at that 14-day cruise next year? Think that would be my next one. Thank you, Nellie, for the still not jealous coffee fund.
Yes, James, that is the one I am looking at next year. That is the one I have seriously got my eyeballs on. I think that's going to be our big cruise for next year.
Let's see, James talking to Rick. Molly says, I can't hear it either. Look at us like we are crazy.
Yeah, and I have no idea. Tiffany has to repeat half of what they say. I say what a lot and stuff when people are talking to me, which is why I always tell people, if you see us on a cruise ship and you want to say hi to us, you call Tiffany. Call her name, because if you're calling just my name, half the time I will not hear you and I walk off like I'm a rude jerk, and that's not actually the case. I just had no clue you spoke to me. Yeah. So that's why I always say, if you see us on a ship, you call Tiffany's name.
Shika says, no table for two for me. I enjoy meeting new people. Besides, I am with my husband 24/7. The couple times that we have had a table with other people, I enjoyed it because having conversation, meeting new cruisers and stuff like that, it was a lot of fun. But then I feel bad for Chris because I'm missing a lot of the conversation, repeating what's going on so that he can answer and stuff like that. So it's just a lot easier for us to just do a table for two or go to the buffet.
Which is what I like, because I don't have to hear as much.
Molly says, huh? A lot.
I mean, it is what it is, you know. The only reason I bring it up constantly is because if you see me out and about and you want to talk to me, you got to make sure I see your face, because then I'm paying attention to what, I guess, the sounds.
Yeah. And there's a lot of times he walks off and I'm calling him and he doesn't hear me. So I got to run up and bop him on the shoulder or something. Shika says, 14 days, I am jealous. Molly says, scream loudly.
Well, that 14-day cruise, I think it's going to be great. I mean, it's going to be October-ish of 2026, sailing out of Galveston, a lot of really good ports. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of interesting places that Tiffany for sure has never, ever set foot on. So, and that's kind of the big reason for that one. It's one of those ones where you don't have to go to Florida or anything like that to actually get all the way in the Eastern Caribbean.
Yeah. Connie says, Shika, I like sharing a table. Also 99% good experience. Shika said, I totally understand. My husband wears hearing aids and he says the same thing.
Yeah, and Tiffany's told me in the past that I should get them.
He refuses.
I refuse. Not yet. I'm sure it's coming at some point in time, but I'm not ready to do it yet. It's just not. I mean, it took me forever to even wear glasses.
It did. Josh says, I live about 4.5 hours away from Southampton, and I'm quite often getting last minute cruise deals, like when I booked a few weeks ago to leave in December for $800 per person for 2 weeks. That's awesome.
Southampton.
Yes. And that's in pounds, it looks like, not dollars. So,
well, yeah, because Southampton is over in the UK.
Yeah, that's in the UK. So, yeah.
That is absolutely awesome. First of all, I believe that is our first UK viewer that we've had here in the live.
Yeah, we've had a Canadian.
We've had Canadians. We've definitely got people from all over the United States. But I believe that is our first from the UK.
Yes.
That is absolutely awesome.
Yes.
Absolutely awesome. And believe me, I would love to cruise out of Southampton. That's where a lot of the British Isle cruises start and stop. I would love to visit over there. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love to visit over there. So that's so cool.
Yes, I love it. Molly says, we have only been on Princess, hopefully Royal in time. I like Princess.
Princess is really good. They all have something really good to offer. Each one of them's got just a little bit different vibe. So it really depends on the kind of vibe that you're looking for. But I think all cruise lines have a positive. They have great things to offer. And at the end of the day, a cruise is a cruise and it's better than work.
Yep. James said a 14-day cruise.
Oh, Jack getting fur ahead of you.
Yeah. 14-day cruise during hurricane season ought to be fun.
Don't jinx it early.
Cruising Chris says Sheikah Kelly is getting more choices. I think when the Icon after Hero comes out, LB will be the next home port for an Icon class ship. More are going to SD2. Sheikah, so at Chris, if I ever meet you, don't try to read my lips. I speak with an accent.
That's okay. We've actually spoken before. I didn't have any issues with your accent or anything like that. So I think we'd get along just fine.
Yep. Molly says, Princess is the only one we have been on. Hopefully Royal next. Rick says, same here, Chris. Donna is pushing me to get hearing aids.
Yeah, I'm just not ready.
It did. It took him like 10 years to get glasses. He would borrow mine.
I did.
Cruising Chris said that would be nice, Josh. Connie, the best thing about living close to a big cruise port is to be able to get great last minute deals.
That's true.
Attila says, I get it, Chris. I refuse to. Wife is pretty tired of me saying, huh, or what was that to her all day. I love it.
Have any of you guys gone to the wireless headsets to watch TV? If you haven't, those work wonders, and don't drive Tiffany crazy, because otherwise I got to blast the TV to hear it. I put on the headset and I can hear it at whatever volume I like, and it doesn't drive her up the wall. Highly recommend those if you don't use them already.
Yes. Nellie says, Josh was here last week. We just didn't know he was in UK.
Yeah. No, I know Josh was here. I didn't know we had an awesome visitor from.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Molly says, laid back. Sheikah, I am so jealous, Josh. We sailed out of Dover 2 years ago.
Well, the big thing about it is and one of the reasons I love doing this and being part of the cruising community is we're getting people, we're starting to spread across the globe, and we get, more people in and from different places around the world. How cool is that? Because it's not like randomly we're going to go out to the grocery store and run into Josh, right?
Yeah.
But here we are, and we get to meet somebody. How cool is that?
It's awesome. I love it. I love meeting everybody.
Cruising is the one thing out there that can bring people from all around the world together for a common thing, which is buffet.
Nellie says, Connie, are you close to a port? And what do you think of the new celebrity ship name, Excite?
Mm-hmm.
Connie says, Nellie, I'm close to Baltimore, but none of the cruises called to me. Yeah, they kind of got called to you. Sheikah at Chris, glad to hear. I'm assuming that's about the headset.
No, remember, I've talked to Sheikah.
Oh, yeah. You
in person before,
yeah.
Not face to face, but we've actually spoken off of the channel before.
Nellie says, VA gave my dad hearing aids. How many times does he wear it? Laugh out loud. Victoria says, headsets are wonderful. Yes, they are. They are absolutely wonderful. And he has actually like 2 pair, one for his phone and one for the TV. Now, if I just find something when we go to sleep, because he is asleep in complete silence, but I can't go to sleep unless there's noise and the TV on. But to hear the TV, he has to blare it. So I have everything over my head to kind of block some of the noise. So
that's because she's got 8 fans high blasting at the same time, and it sounds
true.
like a wind turbine in the room.
Attila said AirPods, use them sometimes. Cruising Chris says, Molly, when I sailed Princess, it was a little adjustment coming from Royal Celebrity. I ended up really liking it. Have 2 more Princess cruises booked.
Yeah, Princess has got a pretty chill vibe. Has a pretty chill vibe, but a good vibe.
Yeah.
And Tiffany loves their coffee.
Rick says, not yet. Apple and Samsung has apps that transfer their earbuds into hearing aids. I'm looking at those. You like apps. Molly says, we love cruising just so we can meet new people. That's why I like cruising. Sitting around talking to people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you sit somewhere communal on a cruise ship, people are going to start talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a cruising thing. And honestly, I think it's something you don't get in a lot of other activities. You know, you're not going to go, to some random spot, sit down, and just, as a general rule, start conversations with people. But on a cruise ship, you will. You stand in line, you start talking to people. You sit down in the atrium, you start talking to people. Sit at the bar, you start talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, it's like a cruising thing, I guess is the easiest way to say that.
Nellie's asking Rick if he's ready for the original icon to get announced. Cruising Chris at Connie. I am sailing Vision in June from Baltimore on a 9-day. That sounds fun.
Nice.
Attila said my AirPods are older and don't do the hearing aid stuff, but I'm looking to buy the fancy pants ones once they go on sale.
I got like a $20 headset thing from Amazon.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
Sheikah said, that is me. Hubby has TV so loud. No, he started that. And I'm like, no, we got to do something, because just because you're deaf doesn't mean I want to be. So we
have compromise.
Yes. I made the mistake of buying him a sound bar one time so that he could hear the TV better. And yeah, no.
Took my sound bar away.
Yeah. Nellie said, I'm like Tiffany. I have fans on. Haley needs TV on. And you got to watch the right things so it doesn't cause nightmares. Molly says, Chris, thanks for letting me know. Royal is the one that offers Jamaican and Cayman.
Royal's a good cruise.
Yes.
It is a good cruise. Still a relatively calm cruise, I would think. A little more party vibe-ish above Princess, but definitely not Carnival Party.
Yeah.
It falls in a happy middle between the two.
Victoria says, we love to hear about other travels. We do too. We've learned of some great places to go visit on some of these islands and stuff.
Other people's experiences, their excursions they've been on, tips and tricks they know, third-party vendors, things like that. Yeah, you can learn a lot just from talking to other cruisers who just want to share their stories like you do. You could learn a lot.
Yeah. Chica says, my husband's hearing aids work his phone. You need to look into that. Earbuds.
I just don't answer the phone.
Yeah. Cruising Chris says, I am semi-antisocial in real life. On a cruise, I am a social butterfly.
Yeah, I'm a bit antisocial myself. Odd that I talk on YouTube all the time, but yeah, me too.
Chica says, we compromised. I either wear earplugs or go watch TV in the bedroom. It works for us.
Yeah, you got to do what, works for everybody. Everybody has their own thing. Like I said, I've got to have the TV on and let Tiffany go to sleep before I can turn the TV off and go to sleep. Otherwise, she just keeps me up. Yep. I'm pretty sure on purpose. Yep. So.
Nellie says, Cruising Chris, does it surprise you I am a social everywhere?
No, not at all.
But I love it. I love it.
That's why I really want to cruise with Martin one day too. Definitely looking forward to going on a cruise with Martin one day, just because if his personality in real life is just half of what it is here on the channel, it's going to be hilarious.
Yes, it is.
It's absolutely going to be hilarious. But other than that, there was not a whole lot of cruise news this week. It was actually relatively calm and quiet. I said Hurricane Melissa took up the majority of the stuff and the information coming out from Royal Caribbean. So it's been fairly quiet. Of course, we are just 2 days away from Halloween. What are you dressing up for Halloween this year?
I didn't get a costume.
Okay. I never get a costume. I'm not a dresser upper on land. We do it on ships, but not on land.
And I do it for work. But I didn't get a costume. I actually think I'm gonna use the 80s costume that I wore on the Carnival Breeze. I think I'm gonna do that because
80s costumes never go out of style.
no. So I think that's what I'm gonna do because I haven't worn that one to work.
Well, there you go.
I couldn't find my Maleficent one. I think I got rid of that one, and yeah. So they all expect me to go with something Disney.
I'll get a picture of her. I'll post it.
Yeah. So, let's see, where are we? I
Right.
could get hubby to talk more. He is quiet. I loud. I blame it on hearing problems. Says Molly. Attila says, anyone been to hell? Not Houston traffic, but the place in Cayman Islands, was it worth it? Never been. We've attempted to go twice.
They've never made it.
Have never made it. A coworker of mine has been, shown me the pictures. It's
a really quick stop from my understanding. It's really just the post office and you kind of look around.
Yeah.
It's really just a stop and take a photo with a sign. It's not like anything extravagant. But like Tiffany said, we've tried to go twice. Of all the cruise ports we've ever been to, Grand Caymans is the only one that has ever defeated my plans every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I have never managed to succeed in the Cayman Islands yet. It's like my nemesis.
Yes.
The Cayman Islands are my arch nemesis. So eventually I'll have to go back and give it a third try. But it's been on our list. We've never made it.
Cruising Chris says, Nelly, not at all, brother. Nelly says, Haley just said his personality is more than the YouTube channel, and I am tired of him.
Dang.
Sheikah said, me too. I want to cruise. It's your Royal Highness.
Okay. So here's the real truth now. If we ever do cruise with Martin, he must bring Haley with him.
Yes.
Because I think that could be the real comedy behind the scenes.
Yes, I think so.
I think that would be the funny part, is her getting in his ass.
Nelly says, I think Haley and I will do Mariner to Cayman and Jamaica from New Orleans. Cruising Chris says, I saw a clip that Hurricane Melissa is going to mess with some Canadian Eastern Coast sailings.
Distinctly possible. I know it was heading towards Cuba last. It definitely could start heading up.
Molly says, lived in Houston 25 years and it is hell. Yes, I hate Houston.
I hate driving in Houston.
Yes.
I've been to some really cool places in Houston.
Yeah.
But the driving from the places to places in Houston is insane.
I used to live in Porter.
So, I mean, I've been to like the Houston Zoo. Of course, NASA's there, and I really like that. And, you know, there's cool places to go and see in Houston. The Battleship Texas used to be there in San Jacinto, there in Houston, at San Jacinto Park. We've been there a couple of times and things like that. It's just the driving in Houston is terrible.
Yeah.
If you're not used to it, it's insane.
Let's see. JB is asking question. Like your white cap, not finding it in your app. That's
okay. So this one right here is just an Under Armour hat. It's just a plain old Under Armour hat that I got off of Amazon a couple years ago. The ones that they offer in the product store, you can't get the white one. They don't offer that particular color, which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like it because it goes with everything else. So, but yeah, this one's just a straight old Under Armour hat that I got off of Amazon.
Attila says Grand Cayman is a tender port, right? Yes.
Yes.
Man, I wish they'd been to build a dock there. Sheikah said, yes, I have been to hell. Not that much to see, but fun to send yourself a postcard from hell. Yeah, it is. I got a postcard from hell from a coworker who actually did manage to make it to hell, but it took like 2 months to get it. It took a long time to get it. So
yeah, and as far as the docking Cayman, they have tried multiple times. It's been put forward. They've attempted it. It's been something they want to do. It gets voted down each and every single time. I don't know if Cayman's ever actually going to get it. And there's more against it right now that are in favor of it. So we'll see.
Rick's gonna catch us later. He's got to get ready for his show.
Yeah.
Molly says she lives in the Spring Branch area. Attila says, me too. Molly lived here about 26 years. Connie says, on my first ever cruise, I went to Hell Grand Cayman. It was only fun for a novelty. The second time I went, it was on an island tour, and Hell was underwhelming.
Yeah, we haven't been yet. Definitely want to go get our official picture taken in front of the sign. It really strikes me as a one and done. That once you've been there, once you've done it, you don't ever need to go back and do it again. I think that's probably the apt description of Hell, right?
Yeah.
Send your postcard, so people can say they got a card from Hell, you've been to Hell, and then pretty much go about your business.
Sheikah said, speaking of the hurricane, has anyone heard from Carolyn? She is on the same cruise as my friends, and they have not listed anything since Cartagena. You seen her on Facebook?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen anything from Carolyn recently. Now that she says that.
Nellie says, do you think we don't like Houston traffic because we are so close to Galveston? Sheikah says, I love the Cayman Islands.
We do too. We've had fun there.
Yeah, the first time we went, it was the kids and I, it was our very first cruise. Very not prepared. Didn't take backpack, didn't take anything with us.
This is pre-researching cruises before we ever even started the channel.
Yeah. And the lady with the red hat said, I got you. I'm going to drop you off at this place. It's like $5-10 to get in. You have beach access. You have this, you have that. And nobody had swimsuits. Nobody had anything. We had a lot of fun.
We just weren't prepared for the options there in Grand Cayman the first time. However, yes, we were wearing street clothes. Yes, I still walked out in the ocean because I'm on 7 Mile Beach. I was not skipping the opportunity. I gave Tiffany my wallet and my phone, and I walked in the ocean straight up wearing my regular clothes.
I think Dylan did too.
Yeah, and Dylan did too. Yeah. We were getting in the ocean that day. Come hell or high water. But so unprepared the first time we went to Caymans. The second time we went to Grand Caymans, we were prepared. We were ready. We had done research. We had a plan. We were going to take some public transportation, get out the hell. Yeah, that public transportation did not go where
they forgot about us.
They forgot we were on it was a thing. Apparently they don't do regular bus stops.
No.
Forgot about us. We ended up right around 45 minutes on the island, right back where we started. We got off and said, "Oh no, no." So that unfortunately is on film.
Sheikah said, "I love the Cayman Islands." Nellie said, "Hope Carolyn is doing good." I'm gonna go look for her on Facebook.
I'm sure she is. If she's on a cruise, they're going to stay away from the problems.
Yeah, they're
so good at that. Whether people like it or not. The cruise line made me skip my cruise port, but they're gonna dart away from that the best they can.
Attila said the Carnival Dream is on a 14-day Journeys Eastern Caribbean cruise, and of course they skipped Jamaica due to the storm. Now they are sailing back to Galveston, but passing south of Jamaica today. Okay. Sheikah says, I hope they did not get caught up on the hurricane. Cruising Chris said it would have made cruise news if a ship was caught up in a hurricane.
Yes, something would have been put out about that. We are going to be talking about the Carnival Breeze or the Carnival Dream in Jamaica on Saturday. That is one of the Saturday comments this week. Happens to be that particular cruise and that particular port stop because they were supposed to stop in Ocho Rios.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, somebody was mighty unhappy. Their underwear was in quite a bunch over that particular situation. So, but again, I don't know how, and at this point, it doesn't even matter how many times you say it. You cruise during hurricane season, there's a chance of an itinerary change. year round, if the weather's bad enough, there's a chance of an itinerary change. And I think there's just so many new cruisers out there, people trying cruising for the first time. They don't get that. They don't get that. And apparently, we are also now in the generation of, you have inconvenienced me. Give me compensation.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I had to walk 5 extra steps. Give me compensation. So we've got that right in the middle of people not understanding how cruising actually works and what these cruise ships have to do. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, getting you home safely is way more important than caring about your feelings at that particular moment.
Attila says, oh, right. The Dream has a complainer, eh? Not surprised at all.
Somebody complained that the cruise ship missed the port. Yeah. But you know what? That's okay. Let them keep on complaining. Keeps giving us stuff to make videos about on Saturday. I'd like it to eventually get big enough, though, that people have to write in a comment and go, oh, God, if I publish this, is he going to make fun of me? I would like it to be like that someday. Am I going to end up on his show?
Cruising Chris says, I say put them in a hot air balloon and send them to Ocho Rios to ride out the hurricane and see what she would say.
I was thinking an inflatable boat and an oar. Go ahead. Paddle to shore. I'm sure that Category 5 hurricane will be nice to you all the way in.
Yep.
Can you imagine, even if it was relatively calm, they're still going to dock. A hurricane just destroyed everything. So they're going to get off the ship and now complain that the cruise line took them to a place that a hurricane just destroyed. You're never going to make these people happy. You just can't. It's impossible.
James says, you beat me to it, Chris. Sometimes it don't matter what time you cruise. You can hit bad weather anytime. Exactly.
I mean, the last year the last 2 cruises we've been on, we missed a cruise port for weather.
Yeah.
One of them was not during hurricane season. We did the Prima. That wasn't hurricane season. That was just really windy day season.
Nellie said, this new thing Royal Group is doing will get me to do celebrity more. I didn't want to do it, dude. My wanting to get higher with Royal.
Yeah, that new one, that's gonna be nice to be able to try some of the others and still continue to build up your level. And honestly, I'd like to get Diamond Plus on Royal Caribbean, simply because Tiffany can get free coffee drinks. That's the whole purpose of driving that level up on Royal Caribbean, honestly.
Yeah.
Because then Tiffany can wander around and drink coffee.
Molly says, our first cruise, we missed Costa Maya, and it was rough. It was too rough. Nellie says, Molly, you didn't miss anything from Costa Maya. And Cruising Chris says, Molly, that's why they call it Costa Maybe.
Costa Maybe. Funny and facts. Funny and facts. Yeah, Costa Maybe. I like that too. We're gonna steal that. But yeah, Costa Maya. Costa Maya is what you make of it. It honestly is. You need to take an excursion if you want to. Once you visit that cruise port, it's a good sized cruise port. Once you've wandered through it once or twice, you got to go. You got to get out of it. Even if you just walk out the front gate and go do a little exploring, it's a good vibe outside. But like the Chichaban ruins was really good. We really enjoyed that. There's some resorts for the day that you can go to, all inclusive places there, kind of like they have in Cozumel. Not, of course, as popular as Paradise Island, Mr. Sancho's, but they have similar things in Costa Maya, so that you can still go, and they're just right down the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you've been in Costa Maya a couple times, you got to get out of the port.
Nellie says, once you get Diamond, Tiffany's coffee fund is gone. That's why he's trying to get Diamond.
Yeah, we won't have to have contributions to the Jealous Coffee. Or I'm Not Jealous Coffee Fund, or whatever its name is evolved into now. Still not jealous.
Nellie says, Costa Maybe now without the birds and the poor dolphins. It feels off, but perfect day there soon.
Yeah, now Perfect Day could make an entire difference in Costa Maya if you're there on a Royal Caribbean product. Once they start that and you dock there on something that isn't Royal Caribbean, say Carnival or something like that, well, that could be a whole lot of difference right there, where it can actually make Costa Maya possibly worse for cruise lines that aren't Royal Caribbean, depending on how much they keep open versus how much they're going to privatize out.
They still not jealous coffee fund.
Still not jealous. But I like that Costa maybe.
Nelly, or Cruising Chris is Nelly. I've been getting better deals on Celebrity, so I'm really happy about the new program. It will help me out.
Fingers crossed, we're getting a Celebrity ship in Galveston. That is a wish. That is not a fact. Okay. I'm not promising an icon. Let's be clear.
Sheikah says, call me Will crazy, but am trying to hit Diamond with Carnival before May.
Yeah, because if you can hit Diamond with Carnival, that's a lifetime status with them. You know, the part of the sentence they leave off is lifetime status for the length of this program, because that's a subject to change. Weird how they don't finish the sentence, but yeah.
Carol says, Costa Maya, I did a Rockstar party bus excursion. Great time. I was the granny in the group.
So we've had fun. I mean, we liked the aviary when it was open. It's just not open anymore. It's what you make of it. Progresso is another one where people say they don't like it. You know, Progresso sucks. Nobody wants to go to Progresso. We've had some really great times in Progresso. You just have to get off the ship and leave the port and go into town. And I do realize that's not for everybody. Not everybody is always comfortable with leaving the confines of the cruise port and cruising with the locals. I, however, will just get out there and cruise around smartly, but I still will just get out there and cruise around.
Nellie says, Sheikah, are any of your sailings 2 times or 3 times? Sheikah, holy cow, I am sitting to your majesty. Barking.
What are you barking at? What do you hear? What do you hear? Is the cuckoo trying to get you?
Cruising Chris says, I don't think you are too far off, Chris. I agree. I think Galveston will get a Celebrity ship in the not so distant future.
That is what I'm absolutely hoping for. That if I could pick one cruise line that we don't have to come to Galveston, I would want Celebrity to be number 1 and then Margaritaville to be number 2. I think that would be the 2 I would like to see come in right off the bat. That would make me extremely happy, and I would jump on those bookings.
Let's see, where am I? I don't know. Nellie says the pup says it's time to go.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Attila said, I had a 2-time offer, but waited too long and it expired. Boo. Nellie says, one day I will go do a short California cruise to experience Ensenada. Sheikah says that, Nellie, yes, I am doing a 6-day in February. Molly says, finger crossed on Margaritaville.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really, really nice. I don't know that that's ever really going to happen. I do think Celebrity is a real possibility based on rumors that I've heard on Royal Caribbean ships. But even that, it's still just rumors, and it's been a while since I've heard that too.
Sheikah says, love Celebrity.
I would love to try it. Celebrity gets really positive, great reviews. And of course, you know, Captain Kate, when she was part of Celebrity captaining for them, she really put a good spotlight on Celebrity too. You know what I mean? She really brought Celebrity to more of the public through her stuff like that, and it really made me want to go on Celebrity. So I liked it. I liked it. But we will see what happens in the future. See what kind of good stuff is coming to Galveston. You know, they're still increasing ports, still finishing up. Gonna expand the Royal Caribbean port to take 2 ships, and perfect day at Coco Key. And I think that's when we will see some bigger changes coming to Galveston.
Nellie says celebrity will happen more than Margaritaville and Galveston, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Molly says whichever comes to Galveston, I will be there. Nellie said celebrity is such a different vibe.
Yeah, and that's what we'd like to try out. Like I said, I think when we go on, I think MSC is going to be a totally different vibe, I think, than we've experienced before. At least I'm hoping it is a different vibe. I want to feel that European vibe. That's what I'm hoping for.
Tilla says, yeah, Nellie, I'm playing offer roulette. Haha. I was holding out for a 3-time and it never showed up, so I lost all my bets.
Ooh.
That's not good. James says celebrity is the next cruise I want to try.
There's several I'd like to try. Celebrity is definitely at the top of that list. I do want to try Holland America. I think, though, if we tried Holland America, I think I would actually like to try that on an Alaska cruise. I think if we do Alaska next, Holland America will be my choice for sailing to Alaska.
Yeah.
But yeah, Celebrity's on the list, Virgin's on the list, and of course Margaritaville is on the list. Definitely want to try Virgin because I'm really looking forward to some of that grub they got going on over there. But I do think we are going to get ready to wrap it up for this week. We'll have one more live for y'all next week before we head out on the MSC Seascape. And that'll be fun and exciting. So we'll be doing our final countdown next week.
Don't forget to turn back your clocks this weekend.
Oh, yeah, this weekend you get 2 more hours of 2025. Yay. 1 more hour. Why'd you tell me 2? You're crazy. Okay. So yeah, don't forget you do set your clocks back this Sunday.
Everybody have a safe and happy Halloween. Have lots of fun.
Yes. If you have cool Halloween costumes, Halloween pictures, Halloween adventures, definitely feel free to post them over on the Facebook page. We'll be happy to share all those next week. Everybody share your cruising adventures because we will be once we finally get back out there.
You in Seascape and we in Disney World, Tiffany. Ha ha ha. I have a coworker that's going to be there that same week. Nellie says, have a great night all and have a great week.
Yes, everybody definitely have a great week. Really appreciate everybody being here. These shows are always fun, always exciting. Get people from the UK.
Yes.
That really excites me. Everybody being here excites me, but we have reached across the ocean. I'm excited about that. That is a win every day.
Yes.
So, yep. Thank you everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. We will see everybody back here next week. Same time, same place. We'll talk some more cruising. Everybody have a happy Halloween, a safe weekend. And of course, like always,
We'll see you out on the high seas.
good night, everybody.